Here we go. And we are live. Hello again, denizens of the internet, denizens of my channel. I don't know why you keep coming back here, but I'm glad that you do. I'm glad that your self-esteem is almost as low as mine. Hello, Cam. How are you doing? Get the link out. And I've added an image of Von... what is this guy's name? Yeah, Von Kramer down there. So we can continue playing the game, Is He or Is He Not a Neo-Nazi? I keep coming back.
Yes.
It's fun to suffer with company. It is. And I'm happy. There are no other people I would rather suffer with than you guys. That probably does not sound nearly as complimentary as it was meant to be. But I assure you I meant it with love and affection. I am here. It's Cricket Might! Hello, Cricket.
Hey, Cricket.
Love the Dinosaurs. I'm glad. Now, Cricket, I know you weren't here last time, so you might think, oh, I'm not going to understand this. Trust me, you're going to understand it about as well as we understand it so far.
It's not a lot.
Yeah, basically, what is this guy's name even? Like this totally not racist paleontologist?
I don't know.
Oh wait, no. His was the only name we don't know. Like he introduced like 5 of his co-workers, including Chan, but he's never said his name. But,
John.
Okay,
no, wait.
John.
That's too long.
But yeah, John here found a rock that's unlike any on Earth. But it really just sounds like, oh, I've never seen a rock like this before. So it's probably just you probably call in some other like scientist and they'll be like, oh yeah, I've seen a million of those. But he's like, this must be from space. I'm going to the one place that hasn't yet been corrupted by capitalism. Space!
It's like a rude awakening when Jeff Bezos gets a space condo.
I know, I just love that fucking clip of Tim Curry saying that.
Yeah, it's hilarious. It's funny. You know what else is funny?
What's that?
This book.
Yes.
You wanna know what else is funny?
What's that?
My cat.
Yes.
He's just on the ground. Oh, not on the ground, my bed. He's just basically lying, acting as if he doesn't have chores to do. Milo.
Hello, Bagel. Right, minerals. How silly of me. Silly of me. I combine silly and Milo.
Silo.
Alright, now, where did we leave off?
Only humans forge metals, which is on page 16.
Oh god, I thought we were further than that.
I think there's not a lot of pages left, though. Let me just check. Oh my god. 1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato, 4 potato, 5 potato, 6 potato, 7 potato. 7 pages left.
Okay, I can find this. I had it open to the right spot before. What happened? Wait, there's. Okay. Honestly, though, I'm surprised. I know Mike's not here, but I'm surprised that no one else has quoted me on saying Silo.
In that case,
No, don't you do it. You you said you weren't gonna. Oh, yeah, and also, I don't know how long this reading is going to go, but I have found similar T-Rex images for both Halloween and Christmas. I'm I'm
excellent.
I'm looking for a Thanksgiving one as well.
Thanksgiving dinosaur.
Yeah, was it about the the dinosaurs coming and eating with the Indians? And
Yeah.
they all had pizza and tacos.
Yep.
I knew it.
But then the dinosaurs ate the Indians because they were people and dinosaurs eat people.
That's true.
And then they ate the English people who came there because the English people are technically people, and again, dinosaurs eat people.
Oh, I see you subscribe to the myth of English people coming here.
Didn't they?
No, it was dinosaurs. We are evolved from dinosaurs. You should know. You're you're you know what? Ah, fuck it. I don't know where I'm going with this. Playing BP3.
Let me give you like the rundown. Basically, first we got the Indians who came first, then the Vikings who briefly came here, but then there are the dinosaurs who came before the English people and basically made the land that more epic because dinosaurs are epic.
Gotcha. Oh, Baldur's Gate, you're a drow. Come on, Cam, don't be a drow. Okay. Well, let's see, it's been nearly 8 minutes now. Shall we get started?
Yes.
Alright, so yes, as we left off last time, only humanity, capitalized for some reason, forges metals.
Ooh, who made the stone? Is it dinosaurs who made the stone?
Uh, who knows? We believe civilization has forged the Earth's commonly abundant metals for about 7,000 years. Um, no, it's definitely been longer than that. There were, until recently, camel-foot trade routes through the Gobi that communicated with Eastern Asia, the Northwest, Central Asia, Asia Minor, Russia, Europe, and beyond. Trade across the Gobi was especially conductive during the Khan-Mongolian dynasties, and earlier during the Han dynasties, but primarily in the south, near the Great Wall. This old residue that I held in my hand may have belonged to the traders who breached the daunting high desert millennia ago. The daunting high desert. Okay. Born, uh, born upon the backs of their great camel caravans. Again, that does not need to be hyphenated. Uh, this unobtrusive metallic lump might have been a valuable. Weird way to say that. Perhaps an object of wealth, somehow lost or discarded in the middle of nowhere, unintentionally abandoned under the sun, left to rot for decades or centuries. Minerals do not rot. And I had found it. Thank you, Mr. Lizard. I smiled.
What? What?
Thank you, Mr. Lizard. What the fuck is he talking about? Is this like were the dinosaurs originally supposed to have shown up by now, but then he decided to change it and forgot to change that part in the second draft?
Maybe he's high on bath salts.
I would not be surprised.
He just sees like a lizard in the background, looking down at him from the recesses of his mind palace.
But Earth is only 46 presidents old. Of course. I forgot to put this in Cortex Club. I'll do that now.
Better join us, Cortex people.
Yes.
Anyway, is it my turn?
Yeah.
Okay. If true, perhaps a valuable artifact worthy of further investigation. Possibly suggested that I may have come upon the camp of an ancient trading society. Well, we may never know. Perhaps the ancient artifacts' creator were an archaic people that could smith metals in a way that I had never seen before.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just have to say, again, why is artifact capitalized? Why are so many things capitalized when they shouldn't be?
Because Spawn Grammar don't play by no grammar rules.
And also, in a way I had never seen before. Something tells me that's most things. You haven't seen most things before.
One Grammar don't go to school. He was raised by his pappy. I mean, perhaps there were more artifacts approximator, more clues. Should this item represent an unknown ancient technology, I wanted the whole truth. Truth for all. Not just China. Ew.
Yep, here we're already back onto it.
I would be careful before I spoke out. My worries about the modicum, controlling conservative Chinese nationalistic prejudice. It was not too many years before present that the Chinese discovered an ancient advanced race of people that used the loom and the wheel.
I'm sorry, what?
You just casually dropping this bombshell in your ramble about why China sucks? Hard archaeological evidence consisted not only of those early complex devices, but also worked leather technologies, tattoos, women's wars, basic human sciences, and not to mention complex burial rites, unprecedented in ancient culture.
Wait.
Why?
Is this taking place in China, or is he just super paranoid? He's super paranoid. And
it takes place in China.
Is this a real book? Yes, it is. I know that's really hard to believe, but this is a real book.
I think just be paragraphs.
Okay. These migrating horse tribes... No, I gotta get over the hyphenating thing. People appear to be Caucasians. Oh my god. And located inside what was now Chinese supernatural territory. Okay, I see where he's going with this. In my opinion, given the archaeological and anthropological evidence I had seen, it was these ancient Caucasians that may have introduced sophisticated technologies and culture to the ancient, unorganized proto-Chinese tribes. Oh boy. Of course, I was basing my theory on conventional Asian observations. Improvements on existing ideas? A subject different altogether. A subject different Help my brain, someone. Asian societies are currently the world leaders at technological improvements. Are they, though? On the whole, their cultures are fastidious, particular, and precise. That is Asian. Cameron, yeah, this man is definitely a racist. Yes, appear to be Caucasians. You heard that correctly, Cricket. Yep, yeah. You see, the Caucasians, yeah, the white people were always technologically advanced, and they went to help those poor Chinese. They got them crawling out of their caves and building structures and shit.
Uh, this book's gonna be so hard.
It is. And yes, Bagel with the always applicable line, Jesse, what the fuck are you talking about? Flight of fancy, experimental, inventive risk takers, broad scope associative mentalities. That is not Asian. At least not recorded Asian. Oh my god. What the hell is this writing and what does it have to do with dinosaurs? Ah, man. Alright, your turn.
Oh, jeez. Then again, who really knew?
People who
I
are
don't
racist! That's who knew.
I did not give a hoot. Yellow, oh,
Say it.
yellow or white. Oh dear.
Yes, there it is. Oh my god. I gotta say, Von Kramer, it sounds like you really did give a hoot. It sounds like you gave multiple hoots.
I'm. Remind me to make a new email in case I want to join a college. I don't want them to link it back to this.
Oh, I don't blame you.
And hang on. I just wanted the truth. Borders and racial superiority are nonsense to a billion-dollargy.
And yet here
Doesn't
we
seem
are.
like it. To hell with political and cultural pride. Unfortunately, my edict was impossible to disregard. To my disdain, many common troops were occulted in my lifetime, for I was keenly aware that this country was search for evidence of the ancient past. Old cultural ideologies that slowly die out.
Okay,
To our
so
southeast,
wait. So he's saying, I mean, I don't like to be racist, but yeah, history proves that my racism is right.
basically, the meme was just like, why should I apologize for being a sexist? No woman has to apologize for making me sexist.
Yes, exactly.
Well, southeast is what I termed it. I'm not saying that. I am not saying that.
No, we're not saying that. No. Okay, to the southeast is what I term incredibly racist statement.
Yes. The Asia who now takes credit for these ancient and for typical practices in archaeo inventions. To be accurate, the Asia whose history starts after the ancient atheistic Caucasians moved on, were overwhelmed, incorporated into the gene pool, died out, or were obliterated.
Real quick, I am going to type the phrase that we're not going to say in strands.
Okay. This is more like a curse of the racist.
I cannot even fathom how dinosaurs are going to come into play.
But they will. And when it does, this book will become truly epic. At least I hope.
Alright, I think you got one more to go.
Okay. I feel wise. The different tribes met and screwed till they became part of the local family. Based upon known practice that men, ancient or otherwise, particularly stray when they meet women who appear different and potentially more exciting than their own tribe's familiar females. It was likely the population absorbed each other as sharing their knowledge. This has been intensely documented in other ancient societies on the world. In our brief human history, often and usually violently.
Welcome to the new game of racist or just a pensioner. Okay. This story disgusts me. Holy shit. Comprehensive genetic testing may prove this. The Chinese seemed reticent to conduct this genetic science. I had thought Puritan eugenics died out with the fall of the Nazis, and I'll bet you were disappointed about that, weren't you, sick fuck? What was there to worry about? High Asian technology introduced by the savage pinks. Nonsense. Oh my god. I'm with Cricket right now. Where are the dinosaurs? Please tell me they come in and kill this guy.
I hope he dies at the end.
My point of view is definitely not the alternative theory desperately held on to by the current surviving Communist Party. Was he trying to say stodgy?
No.
A stogie old group, a group of old cigars that I considered proud, biased, and self-centered. Look who's fucking talking. These ruling charlatans, where only too happy to take credit for advancements, whose only genetical proof was preemptive regional geography. Oh my god. Whew. Many of these important histological discoveries are now surpassed and locked away dormant in broken down Chinese museums. For the past cannot hurt credo if one hauls anthrotypical proof out of the closet just once in a while without doing analysis.
My buddy Scotty always says,
"Don't you dare go digging around Xinjiang or Kunlun Shan without a permit, especially if you're Caucasian. The nasty neighbors might not let you leave."
Scotty's Chinese main squeeze and my friend, Yana?
Yeah.
Yana?
Yeah, okay.
Yana
Scotty's Chinese main squeeze. Oh my god.
I just realized the importance of that. Yeah. Well, not importance, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Somehow more racist than Norman Bhutan. Right, Cam? I mean, it just happened. Like, he did, like, slowly build up to this. It was just like, okay, so blah, blah, blah. Wow, this guy sounds like Bhutan. And then, you know, the Chinese actually thought they invented things. Bam! Just left Bhutan in the dust. Hello, apostrophe music. I'm sorry, go ahead, Raptor.
I take back what I said after the stream. The last one. He might be worse than Bhutan.
Oh, he's easily worse. Because, like, Bhutan, like we said, there's probably, like, he doesn't realize that he's saying incredibly offensive stuff. This guy knows it, and he's trying to justify it. Playing some Risk right now, losing pretty heavily. I got Western Asia and Quebec for... Oof. I'm sorry. Alright. Let's try to get through this.
Okay. In her firm opinion, that our country had proved our ancestors had invented and released quote-unquote early world technology like printed money and gunpowder and the composite bow and etc.
That's because they
And why
did.
not? I had to agree. The Chinese have one of the oldest, most sophisticated societies in all of humanity. Still progressing after over 4,000 con- contagious,
Contiguous.
contentious. Okay, thank you. Contiguously years. Quite a sociological discipline. The Chinese will tell you that. Uh, uh,
Um,
uh, the Chinese will tell you a racial stereotype in the face, relating with pride all their ancient achievements. However, I am not so easily swayed by talk. You see, good practical ideas are also a simple migrant of their own volition. Who knew an ancient idea's origin? Great patent offices were not an economic necessity until recently. Ideas and innovations may be shared or simply taken by force. To the victor go the spoils. History is violent. Historically, most people simply stole or took what they needed by force. History is written by the winners. George Orwell. I don't know when he said that statement. I don't. I do not believe everything I read. Au contraire, I do believe everything I take out of the ground.
fossils.
Fossils don't lie.
Uh,
Anyway, just who shall be the guy spoken dialogue?
I was doing him before as Captain Kirk.
I was trying to do him as like a prospector because that's funny. Fossils don't lie.
To whom did this relic in my hands once belong to? There shouldn't be a to at the end there. You already said to whom. Yeah, to whom did this relic in my hands once belong? My hands held fact. Would the Chinese government suppress my find if it were eventually determined older than their culture and not Chinese? I was not sure. In my practiced eyes, this hunk o rusty stuff looked for some reason older than old could be. That makes no sense. And maybe older than that. Recent archaeological findings were not my realm of expertise. I was more into the dino bone thing. Wow, he's finally mentioned dinosaurs.
Yay!
Hello, Mr. Shadier.
Hey,
But the object in my grasp was obviously a very valuable find. We were only just beginning to understand ancient technologies. No, we already understand that's how we made newer technologies. It was not too long ago that the remains of an ancient Greek ship were raised in the Mediterranean Sea. It held odd cargo. The the Antikythera mechanism? Who cares? In the hold of the wreck was a block of melted bronze. One brilliant investigator, privy to the findings, had decided that the amorphous bronze block was a little too complex to just be a slug of metal. So he had the block x-rayed. Marveling, the historically interested community revealed on the x-ray plate were representations of gears and cogs and other mechanical doohickeys. Noted. The block was a clock, a nautical astrolabe. Have fun.
okay. Not just a clock, but a ship's captain's star positioning computer that was over 4,000 years old.
Fuck off.
Before clocks should have been invented. Go figure. Excuse me, I'm gonna go and bash my head against the wall.
Yeah. Let me join you.
Actually, don't mind, that sounds dangerous. Who really knew about the past? What current technologies have been discovered or invented only to be lost again and again and again and again ad nauseum?
No. Ad nausea. No,
Oh,
he spelled this ADD as in add on, then nausea. No, it's add 1D, nauseum. Ad nausea? Okay, so this guy likes to get nauseous on purpose.
eh?
Oh.
Hang on, hang on. I think someone is disturbing my domain. And then this. Oh no, there's another call here.
Oh.
He's gonna know I'm reading Return of the Racist Dinosaurs, and I'm gonna lose a lot of social credit. Okay, Manny, if you see him, just say I am not reading. We are just two boys reading.
We're talking about how much we love our great leader.
No, we're talking about the novelization of the 1998 Godzilla film. Yes, perfect alibi. They won't suspect a thing.
Oh boy. Yeah, ad nausea, no problem. Alright. I think that's still you.
Okay. The past was dead, and graves told no tales. The earth gave up our species?
Our species, yeah. The secrets of our species.
Our species is only secrets, only rarely, through effort, sweat, and study. By luck alone, every blue moon, an individual stumbled upon hidden facts and had the sense to share their discovery. Maybe today I had won the lottery. Never know. I was not too enthusiastic.
Talking about how much we like Xi Jinping. Yeah, we love Winnie the Pooh. I mean, Xi Jinping, whatever his name.
Go with Lido.
Look, all we know for sure is that his tummy is rumbly right now.
Wants the honey.
Yes. He's demanding that his scientists study how he can disguise himself as a rain cloud to trick the bees out of their honey. Alright, so should we just gloss over the fact that graves do tell tales? I mean, how the grave that is the French catacombs would tell us a hell of a tale if they actually let people down there. See what the fuck was going on.
Yes.
Anyway, yet, in my estimation, the relic, no, that's not what that means. The relic in my hand harbored an aged folded identity unknown. The amorphous mass was endowed with many interesting non-natural aspects. Unnatural, not non. Most parts of the antiquity were desiccated, but some areas retained their sheen, and I wondered what to do with it. The dirt scientist credo is not to compromise the finding of an unknown quotient until one is inside the premises of a good lab and a controlled environment. Well, that was not going to happen. The curiosity of life had gotten the better of me. Like a child sneaking out to open his Christmas presents early, I had to know now.
So just warming up. An unconscious portion of my training must have remained, for I scoured the immediate area for clues. My stumbling search had revealed nothing. My wristwatch, more specifically my Pokemon branded wristwatch, said it was getting late. I was fading out. The air was unbelievably hot. I should have been back hours ago.
I'm sorry, I just have to say that he looked at his Pokemon brand watch. Did I mention how it was actually white people who invented Pokemon and gave it to the Japanese?
Did you know it was actually white people who invented Godzilla? I mean, we're the ones who dropped the bomb. Well, one on his habitat.
Raptor, no, Raptor, no. Let's not. We need to stop. We can't be giving this guy ideas.
Oh, never mind. Okay, then never mind that.
Yeah, yeah. Like if this guy actually found our streams and watched them, he'd be like, "Huh, couple of Jew lovers, huh?"
I think it'd be like, look at a couple of sissies critiquing my amazing book. I spit on those sissies who don't understand my creative genius.
It's actually white people that invented rice. Well, I mean, the rice is white, so. Go ahead, Raptor. Keep reading.
Okay, the expedition heads would be sending someone out to find me soon. Soon. I thought I would save them the trouble. I somehow concluded walking to camp would be in my best interest. I wanted to think about my latest find and predicament on the return hike. I still retained enough
Alacrity.
alacrity to radio Habi and told her wait, her? Her?
Yeah, I guess Hobby is a girl.
Oh fuck. I'm okay. Anyway, I told her in raspy whispers I was on my way back to the camp. She offered to pick me up, which I declined. She did not like the sound of my voice and repeated that it was my skin. But I refused. So forthwith, lump wrapped in a spare bandana and hidden in my day bag, I slowly plodded the 10 kilometers back to base camp after the white dots in the distance. I had not have. Sorry, I misread that. After it was for the first 100 miles, I had not the energy to do anything else but trip towards the white dots in the distance. My mind was so baked from the weed, I was unable to concentrate on any thoughts longer than a few labored breaths. Survival mode had kicked in. I almost passed out dead as I approached the camp perimeters. I should have had Pappy pick me up. Sometimes I can be a total bonehead, which is ironic because this is the book about dinosaurs. Well, it's not. Well, no, I want more coincidental, but you get the idea.
The closest the author will ever get to a relationship with a woman. I returned destroyed, dehydrated, and out of breath. As the sun crept towards the western hills. Okay. Hiking out in the desert takes the get out of your get up and go. My go was gone. I was dizzy. The warm water drops I had sucked down during the return trip had helped only a little. The temperature maxed near 50 degrees Celsius on that particular evening. I stumbled into the midst of our camp. It was all I could do to aim myself in the direction of my little canvas dwelling. Bright white hemp tents were our homes, yet rather primitive shelters. What was not primitive was the cumulative American scientific year held inside the double-layered Amerindian-style tents. Oh my god. Their double-layer design worked well, keeping the interior relatively cool. after dropping my pack in my tent, pounding a cold Gatorade, and,
Pounding
and,
a Gatorade.
and slipping the bandana wrapped lump into my big baggy shorts. I foolishly went looking for Habgintra?
Abjane, yeah.
Is that Habby?
I think so. I'm gonna check if that's like an actual Louis name because I am certain it's not.
Okay. I moseyed over to her tent. Oh yeah, I think that confirmed it. And went in without notice. I collapsed into one of her trendies, brightly tied folding chairs. As it was the end of the day, there were no surprises. Invading each other's tents without notice or invitation was our common practice. I don't think it was. Either she or I would typically scuttle between each other's tent in the middle of the night. In my view, there was no... Do I have to read it right, Raptor? Do I have to read it?
Oh.
In
I'll read
my
it for you.
In my view, there was no one else hornier or worthier in our group. Cha cha cha. What the fuck?
You can't see me, but I am frowning.
Do you want me to finish this off?
I can do it.
Right.
Because I'm
Just, may I ask, can I do, Hobby's voice?
Okay. Lying on top of her coat in front of one of our prized instruments, a portcullis began an electron microscope, was the lovely Habjintra. Habjintra was my female buddy in paleoforensics. She originally hailed from the West Island of West Timor, though she had been educated in Australia. Smart and thoughtful, my dark golden Island cupcake.
Dark golden island cupcake. Oh
Tasty. Oh, that is, if you could stomach a pizza with jalapenos and pineapples. Gross.
What?
The mix looked a little awkward on the surface, but definitely mackable once you bit in. Both hot and sweet at the same time. I lucked out as she was the only qualified person that I could truly trust, if you know what I mean.
Hi, cowboy. Want a ride?
She spread her legs a bit and patted the sheets between them. Sure, but not right now. I'm wrecked. I want you to look at something I brought over.
God. Cricket has the best comment here. Just, what? Pounding a cold Gatorade, never a more beta sentence was written. There was no one else hornier. Does the cha-cha slide? That's my pizza. How dare it be in this book? Besides your manhood. Well, this must be important, Mr. Bonehead. You've never turned down an offer before, sweaty or not. And I like it sweaty.
Sorry, no offense intended. I'm distracted here. Can you keep a secret?
No.
She chuckled. Well, you're going to have to.
She noticed the seriousness in my eyes and sat up. Alright, what do you want? I took the oddity...
Oh, sorry.
I took the oddity out of my extra big pockets, unwrapped it, and carefully placed it on her identification table. Oh, I'm sure you wanted to place something on her identification table.
Heyo.
She got up off her cot, pulled up another psychedelic folding chair, and sat down. Using her professional name, I asked,
So what do you make of this, Dr. Sojimi?
She puzzled over the lump for a few minutes, turning it this way and that. She pulled out her black-handled, overlarge magnifying glass and inspected it. It looks like some type of amorphous metals fused together. You know, we could be fused together right now.
And that's what I thought so. Also, both the metal part and your comment.
So where'd you get it? She turned the magnifier towards me, presenting a giant blinking eye. Oh, I get it, because they do that in all the cartoons.
I found it in a dry creek bed a few clicks from here. But it did not belong here. I think it might always stop that. You remind me of Dr. Cyclops.
Her giant blinking eye was now frozen open. Oh, really? Dr. Cyclops did have these. She flashed me her tits.
Uh,
What is this book? How is this real?
Simmer down a bit, please, bitch.
I pleaded. She lost the glass and dropped her shirt. So why the big secret, honey? Probably just trash from a previous expedition. Something dropped off a camel's back.
Yes, maybe you're right, but what if you're wrong?
Meaning? She cocked her head in my direction.
I really don't know. It's just a hunch. You know how well preserved things remain out here in the desert. I want to know what those metals are, and just how old. Why? Just to please myself.
I prefer pleasing you, you know.
Cut it, Trackins. No jokes. The wheel is happy. It's probably just a waste of time. But if this thing is older than old, and it looks like it is, how did what looks like platinum? No, how did what looks like platinum get in here? She rolled over to walk over and looked at the shoulder end again, carefully.
Yeah. Looks kinda like platinum. Might just be pewter or tin, though.
Might be, if you're curious.
Uh.
Hang on. Never mind.
What?
I said, never mind. Okay, oh yeah.
A bit.
I forgot to smart to me. I gave her a slight look.
A bit. What's got you, my man?
She returned coyly. Well, in my opinion, this thing stinks of technology. It also has the stink of age. There were too many diverse metal groups in something that is small. It's not a meteorite. It's too light to be natural. I believe someone made this. I want to find out on the sly who might be responsible for its fabrication and what this lump of stuff actually is. That's where you come in, Holmes says. Can we put this thing in an X-ray box and take a look?
Sure, why not? Won't be easy to hide, though. You know how old Miss Zhang hovers over everything that I do. You wanna hover over me, baby?
Right. She's my worry, too. Or Chan, the man, melts in your mouth, not in your hands. She and Chen have always stuck their nose and dug into everyone else's business. You know?
Who? Oh, fuck. So, what's your plan, sausage meat?
Well, I
God
should
damn it.
suggest zapping it at night, and everyone hits the sack. But if the Chinese walk in on us, well, it definitely seems suspicious. So I was hoping that you could slip it in during the course of your normal routine tomorrow.
Hold on, I feel ill.
I need
Alright.
a I need a bite. I need a bite of chicken to get my strength back.
I think I could manage that. Got some fossil eggs and some embryo bones on the morning agenda. I got some eggs too if you want to fertilize them. Scotty's team dug them out yesterday. I can mix it in with them. Right.
Yeah.
Take your time.
Good girl. Thanks. Also, I have another mission for you if you are willing to accept.
And? She sucked in her
Uh,
cheeks and flashed her lashes.
I want you to keep Whis.
Rapper, I had to say sausage meat. You have to say this.
Fine. I want you to keep Greasy Egg Roll distracted while I put some samples through the mass spectrometer.
Greasy egg roll? Jesus Christ! She released her.
I'm gonna get fired from this, and I don't even have a job. It's fired from life.
She released her cheeks and frowned. Like how?
Come on, Miss Flashy Chest. He's dying for a chance to take your. He's dying for a chance to take your bones and bury your fossil. Do something about it. Oh fucking hell!
Jesus! Javi spit on the ground. Puh! Yuck! Bury a fossil's right. I do not like the stringy old creep. Like, what do you want me to do?
Nothing, please, please. Anyway, I don't want you to know the details, darling. Just keep him occupied at breakfast. If anyone asks for me, tell them that I am sleeping late. Because I got sunstroke today. No, that'll bring over Doc Bob. Bob. Just tell them anyone asking that I'm sleeping in your tent. Everyone knows we are an item, and they will not question it. I'll be in that main tent as soon as the generator fires up in the morning. Okay?
God damn it. I'll give it my best shot, hot dog.
I hate this.
She popped her shoulders up and sucked her lip innocently.
I am frowning again. Just want to make that clear to everyone.
No one has said anything. Oh, jeez. The last thing was Cam saying, racist Captain Falcon says, show me your boobs.
We're sorry, people. Like, really, we are sorry.
Alright, Hobby slid over and gave me a helping hand with the puzzling lump. Quit calling it a lump, for God's sake! For the next few hours, we worked together. I took some scrapings at the various metal-like areas, while the good Dr. Sojin put the samples into small paper envelopes and labeled them, respectively. We studied the lump some more and speculated on its possible origins. We also took a series of photos with her digi. Hobby asked me what we should call it. It looked to me more like a dropping than an artifact, so I dubbed it the turd.
It's funny because the poopy
Raptor, how did you find this book again?
by just searching for Google. Like I was looking up dinosaur books because I want to buy a dinosaur book, and this was one of them.
You were horribly misled.
Yes.
The puzzling lump, considering they were just talking about her boobs. Maybe go see a doctor. Ah, I get it. About then,
Hey.
the triangle was rung, and we left for supper after sipping our secret nugget into an empty specimen box. God,
It's just like a prospector. I just imagine like like the whole Tom and Jerry cartoon where they're like cowboys or some shit, and Tom just wanted to see his freaking lunch, but had to catch Jerry before he had the lunch.
uh,
Anyway, all my days of as a paleontologist, I had never been so perplexed.
what?
There were times, huh?
Where are you reading?
In all my days as a paleontologist, I had never been so perplexed.
I don't even see where that is.
The next page after about the triangle.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
It's not in there.
No, it says dinner went quickly as the expedition party talked of their daily findings and plans for tomorrow. After downing our dogs and beans, we made our way back to Hobby's tent. A little stronger after a decent feed, I took her up on her earlier offer.
Oh, okay. We did the sex. That was on my mind. End of chapter 1, everyone.
Neither of us reached our objective.
End of chapter 1.
Both of us were obviously thinking about a subject other than intimacy. We made polite excuses. No, you did. But she knew I wanted to be alone. With a parting kiss, I slogged back to my own nest and tucked my bum in. I tried to sleep after our infidulundum. Whatever. But I could not. The turd was on my mind.
End of chapter 1. Hooray! We got through the first chapter of A Curse of the Dinosaurs, the Leadman expedition. Hooray! We did it, everyone. We did it. We fucking did it. Hooray!
Sweet Jesus. Yeah. Alright. Section 2. Booksmart. Recount decryption. Data chip damaged. Reconstitute. Leadman account. Restructured Audi and Vizzy. Revised date segment. Cataclysm Event 7th. 9th of August, 2036. Wait till you see these. I mean, this.
Abby came barging into my tent when I was still masturbating.
Oh, I'll bet she wants to barge into his tent, all right.
Oh yeah, wait till you see this. I said I. Everything had gone according to plan. In the morning, before most of the crew was awake, I snuck into the lab tent. As soon as the cook fired up the main generator, I flipped on the mass spectrometer. Turd samples at the ready. I rotated all 10 scrapings through the devices in the lab tent. The results were astounding. I had used both devices in the field lab. I was glad I did. The gas chromatic spectrometer showed the organic volatiles, and more astounding, the X-ray fluorescent spectrometer printout showed oxides of iron, steel, copper, cadmium, uh, gallium, and aluminum. Also found, as I expected, traces of nickel, gold, silver, titanium, and platinum. Also displayed on the screen's graph, a molecule whose signature looks something like that of a polymer or synthetic resin, maybe a plastic, probably plastic. Those results were a toss-up. The field gear was not that calibrated for those molecules.
So literally just had like a little bit of everything in it.
Yes,
So it seemed that
like Bender. 40%. He is like it's 40% titanium and 40% zinc.
So it seemed that my find was not that old at all. The turd was likely less than 50 years old, probably a piece of Chinese refuse that fell off the back of a military truck. I told Hobby the results.
Yeah, I guess you were right, Happy. Probably something left behind from a previous expedition, meaning no dinosaurs.
Oh yeah? What previous expedition? No one we know of has been here before. We are on the Chinese-Mongolian border, middle of the Gobi. This is the middle of nowhere, baby. You might change your mind when I show you these pics. She pulled out a manila folder and tossed it on to my lap. She sat down and patiently awaited my perusal. I pulled the developed X-ray film out of the envelope. Don't mind the fossil egg in the upper corner. The busybodies, you know, who are cramping my style. So I put both items in together. We could put both our items in together. She fidgeted nervously in her seat. I gazed at the developed plate. Then I did a double take. I did not say a lot. I held the image before a bright light. Well, what do you make of that, lover? She pinched me.
Ouch. Hey, I'm awake. Well, it looks like to me, it's the guts of something electronic. And that there, and that there, in the corner has got to be the outlines of a printed circuit board. Those sure look like something like resonators and capacitors and other electronic doohickeys.
That's what it looks like to me, too.
Then what is it? An old radio?
I asked her, looking for closure. Closure I did not get. I don't know if it's a radio. I really don't. But it's something electronic, and it's old. Look again, honey doll. Her expression flattened. So what do you think? How old would you say it is?
I can't really answer easy questions.
I veritably could not. Neither could I, so I did a little investigation of my own, sweetie. You and I know that this turd looks older than 80 years. We also both know that the world lacked printed circuitry this sophisticated 80 years ago.
Oh my god, it's the dinosaurs. I knew it. It's so fucking
Or diode transistors, or the other solid-state microcomponents for that matter. At least not that you knew of in America. The X-ray plate suggests that this turd holds these advanced parts. Maybe electronics were an American invention. Oh my god. Maybe transistor technology was stolen from the Chinese during WW2.
I gave you a. You have to be fucking kidding me right now. Roll up the eyes. Okay, that's funny. Is it me?
I think so.
Wide. A pre-war American conspiracy to suppress stolen Chinese microcircuitry designs in the recipe for duck meat.
Duck meat
For,
egg rolls.
for duck meat egg rolls. Come on, Happy, that's preposterous. The invention of the transition was well documented. I believe it was invented in the good old US of A in 1948 at Bell Labs before they became AT&T.
Oh, like you were there.
Stop using my own logic against me. Come on, name me some great Chinese World War II transistor radios.
I can't.
See?
Weren't they all manufactured in Japan? She grinned and poked me in the ribs with her pointy finger.
Very funny. Very funny. Very fucking funny. Very fucking funny.
Well, honey bear, I couldn't answer my own questions, so I took it back to my tent and did some scrapings myself. Know what I found?
Haven't the slightest.
Fossils.
What?
Fossils. Fossils, Ninny. I found fossils. I think she found fossils, Raptor.
She found fossils?
She bounced up and down on my cot, clapping her hands like a fourth grader who had won first prize in the class finger painting contest. Fourth grade finger paint. What? Whatever.
I don't get it.
Now she rolled her eyes in exasperation. Oh, come on and see for yourself, you unimaginative dummy. She grabbed me by the arm and dragged me out of my tent at a dead run. I stumbled to keep up with her. A few of the crew tittered at the sight as she dragged me into her tent. Oh, God. She forced me down into a chair at her desk and pulled 2 photos out of a manila folder. These 2 photos she placed side by side, top to bottom. What? On my left-hand side. Then she slammed open a book on my right-hand side that had been pre-marked. Here, Sherlock, checks this out.
I recognize the two. I recognize the items captured in the 2 large photographs on my left. They were obviously photos produced by the feed from our scanning electron microscope. Each SCM photo would show detailed micro-enlarged images of a polygon. The polygons in the SCM scans to my left were obviously similar to the polygons that was highlighted in Happy's textbook on my right. I am now Shatner.
That's you.
Oh, so?
You retard. Why do you think I'm here? Part of what I do is investigate microfossils.
I know that.
So put 2 and 2 together, Mongoloid.
She placed that in my arm. Okay, the top photo is a feed you made today. A fossil grain, right?
Yeah. Earlier this morning, I obtained this upper image from a sample taken from the turd. Go on, Super Sleuth.
The photo below this morning's feed is also obviously a feed from our SEM, but not today's feed. By the looks of the mustard and chili stains from last week's chili dogs. Funny. Last week's chili dogs was made or handled just after last week's chili dogs. The chili dogs you ate with plenty of mustard.
Okay, who puts mustard on chili dogs, and where can I find them and kill them for it? Alright. Oh. Oh my god.
What? What?
Oh, you so smart, Joe. You win big prize, Joe. Sucky, sucky. Oh my god. It really says that. Yeah, honey bear, the lower SEM scan is a pollen grain I found on Scotty's hadrosaur eggs. Looks pretty similar, right?
Oh my god, the machine is a dinosaur egg. Oh my god, we're going to probably see some dinosaurs here. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Oh wait, oh, there's gonna be dinosaurs here. Oh my god, dinosaurs, let's go,
I
baby.
hope they kill Hobby.
Yes, white.
The two different photos, pollen grains look nearly identical. Beg pardon? Yes, Cam. You heard it right the first time. I'm not saying that again. Now look at the book. Read the title notes, Sweaty. See Oppenheimer? 65 million years old. This type of pollen regularly shows up at the KT boundary and in around fossils of that era. Hobby's eyes glittered. Her reflecting orb said she was elsewhere. I must have been slow, because all this effort did not make sense. I stated to her what I understood from the muse. That is not a sentence.
Hang on. Oh, come on. You're kidding yourself. Are you trying to convince me that this turd is 65 million years old?
She came down from space and slapped me in the side of my head, in annoyance.
Ow.
Hobby hated it when she thought I wasn't paying attention. I was, though. Listen up,
Are you?
Listen up, retard. I'm not saying that exactly, but for your information, I took the SEM scraping from under the layer of sludge that coats the turd. So at least we know that the turd was buried, if at least temporarily, in mud or sediments that were 65 million years old.
That is, if you haven't cross-contaminated.
She frowned. Watch it, lover. And that's not the accent that I'm giving Hobby. It literally is spelled LUV apostrophe A. Love I am a professional hooker. I mean, I am a professional when it comes to the SEM. I wouldn't make that mistake. Plus, I'll have your balls in a basket if you disagree, or my mouth. The sample is still in the SEM if you want to look at it live. Is this turd thing 65 million years old? No way. But Snooky Cookie.
Die.
You have found strata in the area where you searched that is 65 million years old. In other words, baby, maybe there are more dino fossils to be unearthed near where you found this. So, in any case, maybe we'll have more good luck on this expedition. I suggest a little picnic over at your creek bed and try and find out where the turd originated. What do you say, boy?
Sounds like a good idea. Maybe I'll invite Scotty. Thank you so much. Oh well, so much for my fantastical idea of a lost Homo sapien technology.
Yeah, I guess. She leaned over and got in my face, so that our noses were just touching by the small hairs.
Oh my god, oh my fuck.
When we couldn't come any closer without true contact, in a whisper she asked, "But hey, lover, what do you really think this turd thing is anyway?"
I don't know. Maybe some kind of a Russian or Cold Chinese, a Cold War walkie-talkie they got left behind. We should let Leonard see it. He's a peanut at heart.
He's a peanut at heart?
What does that even mean?
I have no idea.
Plus, that guy is a super genius. Not a problem. He can't. That old father can't solve. He will figure it out. Hell, we got my computer working in about 5 minutes after the last blow got into our tent. Maybe Han Li too. He is the local Chinese technical guy.
Good, that's settled. I need to get out more often, and you never take me nowheres.
She kissed me softly on the tips of my lips and opened her brown eyes wide enough for me to fall into them. She absorbed me into her eyes. It was so fucking scary. I gave her a soft kiss on the neck and whispered back, Who said anything about taking you out, Lord Ass? She attacked me with banana.
Just calls her lard ass?
I guess so. She attacked me on the floor with Animal's War, knocked me back on from my chair. She pinned me on the floor and sealed the contract. This time, we reached our objectives. It was a howling success. That set the neighborhood laughing. Yeah, I guess she could come too. Oh, and that's the end. We got through the second chapter. Yay. Away.
Why?
Away.
Why? Section 3, X marks the spot. Recount.
Yeah, you get the idea. There's some decryption stuff. It's set on August 10th. Okay.
The Peanut Gallery core group piled into Range Rover number 7. When are the dinosaurs? He slammed his peanut in the car door. I wish I could tell you when the dinosaurs were showing up, Cam. I really do, because I want all of this to stop. Oh, jeez. Into Range Rover 7 at an hour to dawn. Hobby, Scotty, Yanner, and yours truly. The goby began baking shortly after sunup.
Yeah.
You good?
I just needed some more chicken to fuel my brain.
The vicinity had never cooled off from the evening before, when I had unceremoniously unveiled the funny lump to the entire expedition. At the time, my discovery was no longer our personal secret. So we had brought the turd to the dinner table that night, introducing it to the group. Our dig team rarely had formal meetings. Well, that seems idiotic. Most of the camp's business was discussed casually at supper time. I joked with the others present at the table that the turd was probably something left out in the desert by the dastardly spying Soviets. I also...
Dastardly. He talks like a guy from the Cold War. That's so funny.
I also relayed that Habgimtra and I could not figure out what the object was due to its desiccated condition. Neither Hobby nor I had made a big to-do about our unexpected anomalous find. Everybody around the crew table agreed the funny lump was obviously an anomaly. In the spirit of cooperation, I tossed it over to Han Li and asked if he would investigate it for us in his spare time. He replied that he would gladly dedicate some of his off hours to the red mystery. We also showed the X-ray plate, but did not mention the fact that we had sampled and analyzed the turd. In my opinion, a fresh control group examination might prove helpful. A central motivation for my closed-lip policy?
I I did not want Shan to know that I had gone behind the expedition's back by conducting my own research. That could spell trouble with a capital TROUBLE.
Oh, fuck off.
Unauthorized use of expedition property and withholding findings for personal gain was contrary to the spirit and language of our expedition charter. Chan, a fascist, communist, jerkwad administrator, was a real tight ass about disclosure. He followed the expedition's charter to the ladder. A letter, sorry. He had already sent one of his own team packing when the poor girl left one of her finds out at the nesting site accidentally after she whittled it free of an encased rock. I thought that his actions were callous and uncalled for. She was a nice, talented kid, innocent of any ulterior motives. I, on the other hand, was not an innocent kid. I had my ulterior motivations, and they were perhaps selfish. I did not want to key in the head cheese and have his beady little eyes give me any more scrutiny than normal. Was that 3 paragraphs?
That was 2.
Oh, okay. Chan the man had spoken very little during the evening dinner. He was a smart guy. He gave Happy and me an all-knowing, funny look. Leonard's head perked up at the mention of electronics, so I suggested he should join Han Lee and in the investigations if he thought that it was not a waste of time. Chan nodded his approval and asked if both he and Mrs. Zhang would be informed on results when they were available. I never know.
Hello, Iguana Boy. Sadly, no dinosaurs yet.
Yes.
Grants, schools, and institutions underwrote paleontological expeditions, and sometimes even private enterprise. Everyone was uncomfortably aware of Kerry the cameraman, who was joining us courtesy of the Microsoft Network and National Geographic. You wish. Sometimes a sub-story could grab an audience. The better the story, the more money for future expeditions. We poor dino jockeys barely had two chows to rub together. And we were thankful for the chance to be here at all. Kerry the cameraman, as yet, had made no comment, but I could see the spinning video gears in his mind. Russians, Cold War, intrigue, new unexpected find. Hot off the press exuded from his pores. It's 2036. What do you mean hot off the press? No one says that anymore. Oh my. I did not feel guilty spicing up my speculations. Our second unspoken job was to be as interesting as possible in front of the camera lens. As dinner was breaking up, I pulled Scotty aside. As usual, he was hanging all over Yen Air, and obviously doing his best at bettering relations between the dreadlocked Scottish and the straight-haired Chinese.
Oi.
What?
Oi.
Yen did not seem to be fighting very hard. Yen was a skilled bone digger in her own right, and I truly liked her guts. So after separating the two with a crowbar, Habby and I opened up and told them about the fossil pollen. That the results might indicate another promising dig site. I asked them.
Hang on. I think I think I'm fucking confused right now. Oh wait. Oh wait. Is that in front of my fucking eyes? Oh, Jesus. Anyway, would they like to take part in the credit if we came upon something worthwhile?
We could use more experienced eyes. Chances were the turd would help us uncover nothing.
On a chant, however, the heartless and sticky couple thought it was worth the risk and liked the idea of tramping over new ground together. Scotty said that the local interns could handle the nest and dig for a few days. So it became the couple's date. We went to our respective teams, promising to meet at one of the company's fleets of 10 Ranger Rovers before the stars went out. That evening, remained clear in my mind, and I regretted all that we foolishly exposed that night.
God. I think I'm confused right now, Sam Raptor's saying. And I just need to make it public knowledge. Raptor was saying, Maddie, when can we read this one? I'm dying to read this.
Now look at me.
The foolishness of our ignorance back when we were happy and thought this could be a funny dinosaur book.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I was like, oh yeah, this sounds great. We're definitely going to read this soon. Oh, us in our foolish youth. Our foolish youth of like 2 weeks ago.
I'm hoping the dinosaurs show up soon, and when they show up, they'll still make this worth it. Because if not, I'll be even sadder than before.
I swear though, if one paragraph starts about anyone getting it on with dinosaurs, I'm out. Because apparently this guy thinks that sex is a very important addition to this story. Upon the arrival at the Turd's discovery site, we all quickly munched a power bar and shared a liter bottle of reconstituted orange juice. The sun sizzled over the horizon. We set off on foot, leaving the rover behind, making quick time up into the low rolling hills where my dry creek bed lay. The desert sands began to burn in response to the intense radiation. The first harsh rays promised another scorcher. Excuse me. Sunblock and big hats on, Scotty and... It's a big hat. It's bigger than a normal hat. That's funny. Scotty and the girls followed me up the dry creek bed to the spot where I had found the turd. It was likely that the turd had washed down from strata above, most likely during the last rainy season. I said that we should start here where I had left off. The girls said they would take the high ground right and left. Scotty said he would reconnoiter farther upstream. We would meet back at the rover for lunch at around 10 o'clock before it got too hot. A good 4-hour preliminary search. Another red ninja star, and it's your turn.
Okay. Now it was later. My Pokemon wristwatch claimed that the time was drawing nigh at 10 a.m. I had not found a single thing. I called the girls on the Pokemon walkie-talkies from Tiger Electronics, but they had no luck either. Scotty did not have his radio on, or the talkie he had lost his or the talkie had lost his charge. I'm getting confused because he was not responding. The girls and I started back on to the rover for resupplying some cold Gatorade quench. I broke out the lean-to that locked onto the rover's roof. The girls spread out a queen-checkered blanket and pulled out a decorative Chinese basket, loaded with food and other goodies. We kicked back and waited for Scotty. The girls complained that day was truly becoming too hot to walk about, and that we should consider calling off our pursuit till evening or the next day. I agreed. She was already 170 per Happy's pack thermometer, and it was turning into a brutal day. I was all for heading back to the camp, sitting next to a fan under a shady tent and scraping away at rocks from fossils, or mixing some cool wet plaster for fossil crating and transport.
No one had
No
discovered
one.
any signs
Sorry.
of fossils. Yanner had found a small skeleton, but the bones were the remains of a common desert mouse. I don't know how you could mistake the two. Nothing to get excited about. We munched cold fruit. I sucked juice and rolled my wrist for a time check. It was by then 10:30 a.m. Scotty had still not shown up. I was not overly worried, neither was Hobby, but Yanner anxiously looked at her watch about every 2 minutes and looked a little spooked.
Do you think we should go and look for our acquaintance Scotty?
Oh, no.
No, I'm not reading as it is in the book, Manny. You can't make me. No, don't. Do not.
I'm not going to do a voice, but I'm going to read what it says.
Okay.
It says, and I'm reading this as it's spelled, you tink we go rook Scott T. Her mangled American. No, English! You jackass! English!
No, Yenna. I know Scotty. He loses track of time when he is searching. It's his way. He's very detail oriented. We can find an amoeba and an apple when he puts out his mind to it. He'll be along soon.
Hey, sweaty. From Hobby. It's really hot out today. Are you aware Master Bone Collector didn't remember to take his water bottle? I really find that hard to believe. It's still on the rover seat. That's not good. It's not baking hot yet, but in another hour, it'll be over 120. Maybe we should go out and bring him back. And then you can get on my back, if you know what I mean.
Tell you what, let's wait a little longer, and then we'll head out again.
Go ahead.
We went back to our luncheon, but the adventure had gone out of our party.
Wait.
Like us.
What? Their luncheon? Was it unforgettable?
I get it. It was bloody hot. We when my stupid decision from a couple of days ago. I was freshly conscious of the fact that no water in the Gobi was not good. How could a meathead have forgotten it? I began to look at my Pokemon watch more often. 11 a.m. came and went. Okay, girls, I am a little worried too. Let's go and find a fool. Bring extra cold water, the first aid kit, and your Pokemon walkie-talkies from Type Electronics. Turn down, please.
We put on our backpacks and headed back up the creek bed. I would have driven the rover in, but the channel was a bit narrow and not suited to the vehicle's track. Oh, bullshit. You just made that up so you wouldn't have it. The turret site was not a great distance either. The girls took the high ground on each side, and I stuck to the creek bed. About once a minute, I shouted his name. It echoed up the bed with no reply. Now I was getting worried. He should have responded to our shouting. I kept the girls in view always. He's either dead or banging a dino. Damn it, Cameron! We had no visual of him. The dry runoff wove its way back and forth into the hills, so he might have been around the next corner. We passed the turd site and continued upstream. Nothing. It was now 11:20 a.m., and no Scotty. Not even Scotty could have been that preoccupied. Even if his watch fell off, he could see that the sun was reaching zenith. Its zenith. I began to quicken my pace. I called. No reply. I began to jog. I came to a sharp bend in the creek and ran around the corner. That's when I nearly fell over Scotty.
He was sitting on the ground, hugging his knees. He had not even look up to see me. Hey, Scotty, dude, you alright? I bent down on one of my knees and looked into his eyes. He still did not look back.
Aye, man, I'm alright.
I popped the Pokemon walkie-talkie on and called the girls. I found Scotty, and he looks fine. I'm a few hundred meters upstream from you in the bed. Meet you over here, over and out.
Roger that, and... Nope, not reading. And Lodger dat.
Says you're not gonna read it. Please read it anyway.
Not, when I say that, I mean I'm not going to do a voice.
Oh, okay.
Lodger dat. Oh my god.
This book's gonna kill us.
It is.
Even more than Teresa.
It is.
Anyway, I placed a gentle hand on Scotty's limp form. Hey, dude, what's the story? You all worried us. Man, you should have gone back over an hour ago, and that would have been bummer. You thirsty? You forgot your water at the meathead.
No, wait. It says water stupid, but no, there's no comma after water. It's, you forgot your water stupid. What is water stupid?
It's the new drink from Hasbro.
I tossed a cold green bottle into his lap. It wouldn't be cold anymore, but he did not seem to notice. He still had not acknowledged me. Water. Ah, aye, sure, thanks. He unscrewed the cap and took a big, long swig of cold Gatorade. You said it was water! Without looking up. The fact that it wasn't water didn't seem to take his interest either.
So, dude, what's up? You weren't bitten by a bug or a snake or something?
Nah, man. I'm Freak N, man. Yeah, it's spelled Freak apostrophe E-N. Whatever the fuck that's supposed to mean.
What do you mean, dude? Are you high, dude?
Water stupid is what the government calls tap water. Nah, man. Stone cold sober. Totally. Ignore the scotch.
So what's up, bro? Let me know. Is everything cool?
No, it's not cool. They're in the desert. But
Funny.
Schrodinger's water. Nice one, Bagel. Scotty turned around and pointed to a small hole in the side of the ravine on the left side of the bed. It's up there. Take a look for yourself.
Ooh, did you find something radical, dude?
I noticed that his trowel, rock hammer, and mini pick were sitting beside his pack. They were dusty from recent use. Scotty finally looked up and met my eyes. Aye, man. You could say that. I don't know if it's something good or not. Check it out. You'll need this. He handed me his flashlight. Water, Gatorade, only difference is one will give you diabetes.
Okay, fine, dude.
If it would break his thunk. I scrambled up the ravine. The slope was fairly steep here at the bend. That was when I noticed the massive gray outcropping on the opposite side of the ravine. Your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna just do this so rude from now on. That is when I noticed the massive gray outcropping of the opposite side of the ravine, man. A large uniform slab of dull rock looked more like steel. The riverbed had run harder outcropping and changed its course. I scrambled my way up the hole. Around the hole was a powdery white rock. It looked more like a concrete slab. It was about 2 feet thick. The little cave went back a good 2 meters before it stopped. There was something at the back of the cave. The dimly illuminated object protrude out of the rock located in the extreme rear. Sharp, reflective pebbles cluttered the foreground. Obviously, Scotty has been busy.
What's worse, the Jurassic World movies or this story? This story, because the Jurassic World movies did not have blatant racism in them.
They were at least fun to make fun of.
Yeah. I shined Scotty's flashlight at the back of the hole. Sounds a bit rude. The mini cave's back wall was a fractured, crumbly something. A something. Is that your professional diagnosis there? Not rock. Not dirt. Unusual. I moved my hand forward and was rewarded with a sharp pain and blood. My hand had been sliced open on the strange crumbly rocks, but that damage was not really registering. Fused and protruded from the unusual something at the back of the cavity stood bones. Not just bones, but fossilized bones. Not just fossilized bones, oh my god. But what looked very much like a hand. The hand had only 3 upper fingers and 1 lower digit, resembling an opposable thumb. All the digits ended in short, sharp claws. I cannot believe I'm about to say this line. The hand was grasping another turd.
It's a dinosaur bone! But not just a dinosaur bone. A man dino bone! Oh my god, this story is getting so suspenseful.
Blatant racism and sex for no reason. It was at the battle pass. A something, any relation to the thing of Bleach, the things Bleach comes in. At least the Jurassic World movies only have implied racism. Oh god. Alright, so now, section 4, Red Lightning. The decryption is for the 18th of August. Wait. Okay, this just went from 0 to 100. A gun muzzle poked into my back. Black and hot. The barrel belonged to an AK-47 semi-automatic rifle of Chinese manufacture. Oh, so it's crap. I now understood why American soldiers called it the burp gun.
Burp. Burp funny. Burp.
What the hell does it actually say? It does, Iguana, because he said that the rock he found looked like a turd, so he named it the turd. And apparently this thing that the hand is holding looks just like it.
I want to die.
This one had burped recently, long enough. God, will you shut up? Oh my, I hate this guy so much. Carrie, the National Geographic cameraman, had been cut in half instantly? From what? From a semi-automatic rifle? Like, first of all, it does not have the power to do that. Second of all, take note of the word semi-automatic, meaning you have to pull the trigger each time you want to fire a bullet. Guts on the ground, spine in the air. Black and hot like my wife's boyfriend. But it's okay, because he said he's buying me a Switch. But I have to keep driving him to work every day. Raptor, you have fun with the next 3.
Okay. A cold Asian gunman had pulled the trigger. Gold bars on his green shoulders and a thin line between his nose where lips pinched. After executing Carrie, the cameraman, the officer bent over Carrie's VD, removing the memory cartridge. He slid the rectangle into his khaki drab, multi-pocketed military vest. After pausing to make sure he had our combined attention, he blasted the reporter's vidi into a tiny fragment, then slipping another chip into his weapon. He then shot the fragments into fragments. After the casual encounter, executor praised our wound up with a little smile. With a little waved the smoking gun barrel back and forth at our crotch level. He was all pro. A hint of a sadistic satisfaction blossomed upon our his countenance.
His countenance?
What does that mean? I forgot.
It's supposed to say countenance, as in his face. Continence, to be incontinent means that you, like, pee and shit yourself without meaning to. So it blossomed up on his ability to hold it in?
Please.
Also, wait, it says that he has gold bars on his green shoulders, but then says that he has a khaki drab multi-pocketed military vest. It's implying that this guy is wearing a full ceremonial uniform and a tactical vest at the same time. In a desert. At noon.
Help.
And apparently this guy is really good at holding in. Maybe he should see a doctor. Maybe he's constipated. You know, because it says his continence, and it notes that his lips are really tight together. Maybe he can't pinch the loaf. Is he thinking of countenance? Yes, Cam, he is. Well, I don't think this author actually thinks. We all decided to cooperate. Where did this guy even come from? Ironically, cooperation was the factor that had ultimately gotten us into this mess. Damn yin and yang. What the fuck are you talking about? 2 weeks ago, everyone was fine. Our expedition, which had initially reveled in newfound excitement and mystery, had degenerated into feuding disaster. Thanks to Chan. I should have smelt a roadkill skunk when we were asked to turn in our cell phones for security reasons. I had been foolish to believe that I could keep a secret amongst my alleged compatriots. Immediate matters had become more than serious. The young, cold-hearted soldier now stood behind me once more. The well-trained youth crammed the muzzle into my back, fiercely jabbing the sharp cylinder between my lats. He savagely poked me towards the mess tent. My darkest fears realized. I was being separated from the main group. My second to last look over my shoulder showed that Hobby was crying, as were most of the females in our troop.
Females, am I right, boys?
Yes, females. Hobby's emotive face blubbered, her posture, though, defiantly stating that her body was under control and ready for action. No. I feel like if I had been here for both streams, I'd only be even more lost. You would! I'm dead serious. I will lose my shit if they've been taken hostage by dinosaur people. We'll find out when Raptor reads the next 3 paragraphs.
Oh my god, I'm gonna feel so fucking mad if the truth is that the Chinese are dino people. Like, so fucking mad.
That's gonna be the big secret.
Since I had been forcefully thrust away from our lineup, I was afraid she might resist or make a scene. I had another head crank and looked back briefly. I gave her the hard look. My eyes danced from side to side. A quick shake of my head to shut her down. the last view of my love, flush, wild hatred, shaking her stiffening stance. As expected, my head was knocked forward with a swift whack to my lower cranium. I was marched into the big tent before the central common stables and shoved into a bench. I looked up at my guard. He stared back, his face wide and iron, friendly not. Commotion and
Wait, friendly not? Friendly not? You mean not friendly? God damn.
commotion in front of the tent drew my attention. In through the flaps some were Scotty, Han Lee, Leonard, and Addison.
This is the first time they've ever mentioned Addison.
Each shackled aside their own personal armed escort. The new arrivals were quickly shuffled over to my side of the long table and forced to sit aside me like a drawer. Scotty was forced onto the bench directly to my right.
Worried brown eyes eyes peered at me between rusty dreadlocks.
Wait. Is he Jamaican or Scottish?
He must be. No, wait, because it said Scotland before, didn't it?
So, he's a Scottish Jamaican?
I guess so. We're screwed, man.
I'm now just imagining the freaking Jamaican jellyfish from Shark Tale.
No, fuck, I can't remember the actor's name. I'm just picturing Scotty from Star Trek in like horribly applied blackface, like the Rastafarian hat with the dreadlocks.
Did you know there's an actual TV show called Rasta Mouse?
Yep.
You watched that? Well, at least heard about it?
No, I've heard of it though. White boy with dreadlocks always a good look.
Oh, it got banned.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
Wait, God, what's this for benefit for? Oh my God, that's hilarious. I gotta watch Boston Mouse now. That sounds funny as hell.
Alright, for his effort, Scotty was slapped hard on the side of his face. Obviously, talking was not allowed. Another soldier walked into the tent. This military man was dressed a level finer. God, I hate this guy. I'm on. More medals hung about his chest, and he barked striding commands. The gun-toting guards took a step to the rear for a brief moment. Then, during the interlude, our goons produced cuffs and chains and bound us all together, arms behind our backs. The zealot behind me cinched my cuffs tight, beyond reasonability. Sharp stainless knives biting into the bones of my left wrist, smashing the watch crystals, smashing the plastic of Pikachu's face strapped to my right, the same watch I'd referenced calmly just 2 hours ago. I faintly heard a Pika. How could our own team have become this compromised since breakfast? I mean, you're in the middle of China.
China.
The day's routine had started out somewhat normal, yet, bothering my normality, a fine tension misted the air. We had all sat down after the ring of Cook's triangle bell. After hellos and greetings, we ate the morning meal, stuffing our groggy faces, slurping coffee, and swallowing mostly cooked sausages. While ladling out the oatmeal, Chan unexpectedly demanded possession of all our new discoveries.
Honestly, I'm just reading more about the freaking Boston Mouse thing with the creator being given
Just keep reading, Raptor. We're almost at the 2-hour mark. We're almost there.
He was saved from jail time because the judge's daughter liked Rossmouth apparently. That's so
You know what? This show's actually pretty good. So I'm saying community service instead.
Oh my this I have nothing else to add. It's just so fucking funny.
Come on, though.
Anyway.
Read. We can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Okay, which part would you leave off at?
Our expedition team.
Our expedition team had squabbled before over such issues as evacuation protocol and dig strategy, but our disagreements had never escalated to yelling or accusation. Scotty flipped Chan, the bird, and explained in not so subtle language how
Hell would freeze over before the relics are handed over, man. I'm already to spit Jar Jar fucking Binks.
Miss Zhang jumped in, demanding in half English, half Chinese that all present on the expedition would be held accountable. If the treasures were not brought forth immediately. The table erupted.
Okay, wait.
Chinese...
Did it mean table or volcano?
Oh.
The
Chinese balking. The Americans frothing. Scotty stood up and lobbied a few more foul-mouthed comments at the moody spinster. Scotty was as snotty as I had ever seen him. Zhang's threatening rebuttals were turning my stomach sour. Both their faces were turning beet red, and their spittle dotted the tablecloth beneath them.
Okay, wait. Didn't he say near the beginning that he was the only American there?
He was from like wait, what? What he did? Where the fuck did the Americans come from?
Cam says, how could our team have become so compromised since breakfast? Well, as a legend once said, welcome to the rice fields, motherfucker. I just hope you guys make it to the potential Dinosaur Man reveal. Who knows? Nothing good could come of this, and I was right. I was starting on my powdered eggs, trying to ignore the conflict. What are you talking about? When two of the biggest helicopters I had ever seen landed in our midst. Issuing forth from the back of a mega chopper trotted 16 fully armed soldiers in full combat gear, 2 squads for a total of 32 soldiers. Thank you, I can do basic maths. Plus, others were disembarking, dressed in civilian clothes. They trotted straight towards us. In the next few moments, the meals table was overturned, most of our personal tents torn down, and all us Westerners herded into a tight circle next to the big mess tent. What, is this like flashing back now? It was during these finer moments that Carrie the cameraman, yeah, I guess so, pulled up in Range Rover number 3. He had been out...
But I thought he was dead.
Yeah, this is definitely a flashback.
Oh, okay.
He had been out and about, filming the sunrise. Okay, well that's a fucking waste. I suppose that when the reporter saw the big choppers land, his natural curiosity had brought him rushing back. Unfortunately, Carey had paparazzi instincts, and upon exiting the rover, brought to bear his video camera, pulling focus on the soldiers and their handiwork. Carey leveled his camera to get the shot, and the soldiers leveled Carey, the cameraman, with a few shots of their own. Go fuck yourself. Pictures were not allowed either.
And did Carey the cameraman, and he's a creep munt. If a world-renowned cameraman was expendable, what will we now? And I got some bleach for the brain in our chat.
Okay. Ah, nice.
Yes. Anyway, back to cancer. Pigs waited for the spit. The tent flaps parted, and in walked Chan, accompanied by a uniformed dwarf about 2 feet tall.
What is this?
I exaggerate, but he was the shortest officer I had ever seen. Lastly, walked in his exact opposite, the tallest of a trio, a refined Asian man in a business suit, easily
Why are you
7
talking
foot tall.
why are you talking in a Jamaican accent now?
I'm British. well, at least I think it's British. I'm just doing a voice that's appropriate for what I feel like, because I don't know what to do with the voices for this guy. He must have been out of his mind, because if one does not simply wear a full business suit in the Gobi, he also had the thinnest eyebrows I had ever seen. If I had not eyelids I have ever seen, if I had not caught a quick reflective flash of his pupils, I would have sworn his eyes were shut. A long carrot with a knife slice below the greens.
All right.
The greens.
I'm gonna say we're gonna call it there.
Good.
That, Jesus, I thought it was bad last time.
Now it's even worse. That's a new record.
If a world-renowned cameraman was expendable, where are we now? In China, cameramen are the last thing they want. Exactly. Carrie had low social credit.
He failed the Kaiju social credit test.
He chose the answer to the one question, I am dumb.
Yes.
Yeah, what was it? Is Taiwan a country? A, no.
No.
B, no. C, no. D, I am dumb.
Yes, but more like, is Taiwan a real country?
Oh yeah, Taiwan, that's right. Taking up dinosaur fossils, infinite social credit. Oh, negative infinite social credit, Chinese government. Jeez. And, oh my god. We literally had Sucky Joe and we rook for Scotty. Oh my god.
Me love you long time. Me so horny.
Oh.
And I think that was this guy's like thought process of playing these characters.
Yeah.
Just that one scene from Metal Jacket.
Oh, you know, and of course, no, you see, ancient white travelers came and gave China all of its technology that it was known for. Oh my god. So, Raptor, as of right now, what are your guesses? Are we going to make it through this entire book?
Why? We got through Empress Teresa.
Yeah,
we can get through this.
I'm not asking if you want to stop. I'm saying let's push on. But do you think we're going to make it through the whole thing?
Again, like we got through Empress Teresa, despite the pain. We can probably get through this splitty split.
Yes, Aquana, it actually did say that. Oh my god, this is...
This is the worst.
This is once again a time where I have to say, I might actually have to put a trigger warning on these videos, like, yeah, racist author ahoy. I mean, I was just making jokes based on the guy's physical appearance, but now, oh my god. They say don't judge a book by its cover, but at the same time, stereotypes exist for a reason.
Yep.
Whew. The dinosaurs are alien, and they gave the Chinese noodles and fireworks. No, not the dinosaurs. White people. They gave the Chinese all
Oh my.
their irrigation systems, their like
Oh my
their.
god, what if that's the twist? The dinosaurs gave humanity all its freaking weapons and stuff and technology.
Yeah,
That would,
they gave them weapons and technology, and they've just been watching the whole time to see how bad it would get.
and so they can nuke them near the end.
Might be a straight up skinhead. Okay, in personality, probably, but you can't see in that tiny picture I have on the screen, but he actually has a very short mohawk, and it's so short because he's balding so badly. Yeah, this man is 100% some kind of major racist. He is. Oh, well, thank you guys for sticking through this with us. I noticed that Cricket's gone. I do not blame her at all. uh yeah, Cricket and Bagel dipped out. Oh man. So I'm not sure yet how streaming is going to be going the rest of this week. I'm not sure when Kay is getting back from her trip with Mike, so we might not be reading more Hill House on Tuesday. Then Wednesday, there's something going on. All right, actually, Raptor, are you busy Tuesday?
No.
Okay, we'll talk to Kenzie, but if Kay is still on her trip, would you guys want to do I Am Not Starfire on Tuesday?
I guess.
All right. Thursday, well, we'll definitely be back with this. Oh, I was here. Oh, I'm glad you're still with us, Bagel. I hope your brain hasn't started melting out of your ears because of this damn book. It's yeah, it's just a one-time thing this week. So please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Please like just for the sake of promoting the channel. I know none of us are actually liking this book because it's written by a fucking racist. But I'll see you guys next time. Same bean time, same bean channel.
Bye bye.